Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Austin, and today we are on episode 112 of Pyramid City. Right. I promised I'll give you the second hint of the character I started on. That'll be the showpiece for my mural. Another hint. He is a dog. I'll give you the third hint tomorrow. And some people might find out sooner or later, and some of it's due to the process of elimination. Some people are faster than others finding out who the character is. Check out my previous episode of Pyramid City for my first hint. Check out the previous episode, my previous episode of Pyramid City, to know the first hint. If you haven't seen it. And I gave you... This is like... I'll give you another hint tomorrow. I'll announce it to you if someone comments the answer. Like, early if someone announces the answer. Comments the answer. If someone comments the answer before I announce it, then I would announce it. Compared... Like, my neck's gotten pretty big since prom. A lot of it has to do with the shoulder exercises I'm doing. When doing upright throws, you gotta be careful. To make sure you're doing them right. You gotta make sure to be careful so you don't hurt your shoulders. So you don't injure them. Because that's a potential consequence for upright throws. Potential shoulder injuries. Then eventually I'd go from upright throws to doing shoulder press. And sugar drives the body into producing leptin. When your blood sugar goes up, normally your body responds not only by producing insulin, but also producing leptin. Leptin resistance can actually end up being caused by insulin resistance. And basically, sugar has nowhere to go except the fat cells. No matter how much sugar you eat, your body has to store some fat. Your body will always store some of it as fat. Because to ensure healthy bones, to ensure that your bones are healthy, your body needs to store some amount of fat to make sure your bones are healthy. You gotta make sure your body has to store some amount of fat to make sure your bones are healthy. When your body fat gets too low, your bones start to become really brittle. Your body fat's not just there as an energy reserve, and it's not just there for insulation either. Your body fat is kind of crucial if you want healthy bones. Because if your body fat gets too low, your bones can actually become extremely brittle. This is why some of the sugar, not all the sugar can be used up by your body. Because if your body used up all the sugar, you could literally die from ketoacidosis. If the sugar gets peed out instead of getting stored as fat, your fat cells need to be reactive to insulin in order for you to be healthy. And also in order for your bones to be healthy, too. Your fat cells need to be reactive to insulin. Subcutaneous fat needs to be more reactive than visceral fat. Because if none of your fat cells are reactive to insulin, then your body can't store fat and your bones start to become brittle. You'll be hungry all the time, as well. You're also going to end up losing a lot of muscle mass. You're also going to end up losing a shit ton of muscle mass. Because your workouts will suck pretty bad. Because when you work out, for the first 20 minutes of working out, your body would start using sugar as its energy source. Then, it would start burning fat, but if there's no fat to burn, your body has to eat all the muscle. Has no choice but to burn muscle mass. Which means you could potentially die from ketoacidosis. reason why your body tells you to eat a shit ton of food if your fat percentage is low is if you don't eat that shit ton of food, your body will actually start eating its own muscle tissue. And your heart's gonna fail. Not only from the fact that your body's gonna eat all the muscle tissue, but the fact that you end up with magnesium deficiency as a result of the body's inability to produce vitamin D, because you need body fat in order to produce vitamin D. Without vitamin D, not only your heart begins to fail, but your bones become brittle. Your bones actually become really brittle. If you want healthy bones, your body has to store some fat in order for you to have healthy bones. Body fat is crucial for healthy bones. Your body cannot produce as much vitamin D when your body fat is very low. Not only that, your body wouldn't be able to absorb it as well. Your body wouldn't be able to absorb vitamin D as well, without the fat reserves you have. Which is why 0% body fat is not healthy for anyone. Which is probably why 0% body fat is not healthy for anyone. Because if there's no fat to burn, you could die from starvation-related ketoacidosis. Adiponectin is what makes subcutaneous fat more reactive to insulin than visceral fat. Which is how sumo wrestlers tend to be very healthy, even though they're extremely obese. Your body has to produce cholesterol in order to produce vitamin D. Some of the sugar cannot go. Some of the sugar that is inside your body literally cannot go anywhere, because your fat cells actually need some of that sugar. Because if you don't have any body fat, even if food is abundant, you gotta face the problem of the fact that you'll be cold all the time. Almost all the time. Yes, even in the middle of summer, you'll still feel cold. Even in the middle of summer. And your bones would be extremely brittle. No exercise usually leads to obesity. Yes, lack of exercise. Yes, this even includes normal weight obesity. This actually includes normal weight obesity too. This also includes normal weight obesity. The reason why babies often have a higher fat percentage than regular children, there's a reason for that. And it's not just to keep their developing organs warm. It's to also help nourish their rapidly growing bones. It's also to help nourish their rapidly growing bones. If a baby did not have much fat at all, their bones they'd probably end up developing rickets pretty early on. Because your fat percentage actually affects your bone mineral density. When your body goes into an inflammatory state, some of the blood vessels get damaged. What can cause that inflammation? Nutrient imbalances, like having too little sodium or too much sodium, having too little or too much of any of the nutrients necessary. It's possible that insulin might actually be a very big role in your body storing fat. It'd suck if your fat cells were resistant, cannot respond to insulin at all. Like it's gonna suck if they don't respond to insulin at all, because You need those. You need a certain amount of body fat in order to be healthy. Those who are going through a growth spurt actually need more body fat as a means of nourishing their developing bones. They need that extra amount of body fat to ensure that their bones are properly nourished during the growth spurt. How does your body prepare for a growth spurt? You start storing more fat, actually. This is because your body fat is actually crucial in the absorption of vitamin D. You gotta be careful if you're gonna go down to like single-digit fat percentage. You gotta be very careful if you're gonna try to go down that low. Because there are some athletes out there who are pressured into getting so lean that actually end up being diagnosed with osteoporosis as a result of that low fat percentage they have. You should only go down to like 6% body fat for competition. You should only go down that low for competition. But outside of competition, try not to get too low with your body fat. Outside of competition. Or else your bones could become extremely brittle and weak. Not only your muscles will become weaker, your bones become weaker too. Your body fat percentage kind of controls the aging process of your body. If you have too little, if your body fat is very low, your body starts, the aging process that your body goes through is kind of speeds up. Because there's not much nutrition left in your body. Because there's not a lot of fat. And all those problems is the reason why most people actually gain back all the weight they lost after they were taken off the crash diet. And this is why most of the people tend to give up on dieting to lose weight. Because they actually need to give up, or else their bones could deteriorate if they kept sticking to that crash diet. And anyways, this should be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe, subs if you loved it. Share this with your friends on social media and on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. As always, this is Gaming with Alston signing off. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and tschüss!